here playing, Veronica. Hi, guys. Welcome to Facebook Live. My name is Gina.
And I am Jerry. Thanks for stopping in with us.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about vitamins and supplements and a few other things if we have time.
Wait a minute. We don't. It's our show. It isn't like a network where 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're on. Or 5.
You're
4.
right.
You know, we go on as long as we want to go on.
I got work to do.
Nothing's more important than our
You're
fans.
right. Our customers and fans. You're right. So anyways, our main topic today is vitamins and supplements. If you have any questions, please ask and we will answer them on air. He'll probably answer them, but we'll answer them.
Yeah, I just realized it's the first show in a long time where I didn't have a hat.
I know. Me neither. So you can ask any questions, whether it's on vitamins and supplements or anything about pigeons. Feel free to ask, and we'll answer them to the best of our knowledge. If we don't know the answer, we'll find it and get back with you. So,
Don't mind me, I got the sniffles.
Me too.
Did I tell you, or did Kim tell you, maybe for the folks, we're going to start the auctions again? Did you know that?
We'll table that for a later discussion.
No, it's been discussed. I'm sorry, Kim and I spoke about it. Did she change her mind?
Gina and Kim spoke about it, yeah, but we got to speak about it.
So I shouldn't announce that we're going to have the
No,
auction?
you shouldn't.
But why would you have a discussion about the auctions when it's my idea and things I like to do, and you have a meeting without me and make a decision?
So
Excuse me.
Yeah.
we'll
That's
talk.
false.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, we might be able to change our mind.
We'll talk later.
That's the most common damn response I get around here. Now that I'm completely retired, we'll talk about it later. And then you go behind my back and talk about it and then tell me what the
No.
decision is.
Y'all discussed it on the weekend, and her and I discussed it, I don't know, one day this week, and we haven't got together to discuss it yet.
But I've been
So-
here. Let's go on.
Anyways, vitamins.
Hi, Roberta.
So we're going to start with Roberta's question. How often should I use the Moxivitamin?
That's a form of ivermectin.
Who's that from?
I'm not 100% sure who
I think it's Moxie
offered. Yeah, it's moxidectin, which is a form of ivermectin. But anyways, in answer to your question, you should never use it because we were discussing this earlier.
If it is Moxidectin,
Are you questioning me?
no, I am telling Roberta. If it's Moxidectin, then listen to what he's saying. If it's something else, let us know. Go ahead.
I'll be quiet while you interrupt me.
I knew that's what you was going to say.
It's going to be one of those days.
It is going to be one of those days.
Well, we haven't been on for a while.
No, we haven't.
We might go on for 2 hours.
Hold on.
Anyway, if it is a form of ivermectin, which I think it is, you should, unless you have an ongoing worm problem that you're absolutely sure of, twice a year. Once before breeding season, and maybe another 6 months later, do it again. That's it. But I'm not a believer that you should use it all the time. So anyways, every 6 months.
Okay.
Did I just smack my lips?
You
I have
did.
a habit of doing that, don't I?
You
And
did.
chewing loudly.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So we'll take Jose's question. Hi, Jose. Hi, I have heard good things about feeding pigeons cannabis seed. What is your opinion?
We already do.
We have hemp.
Yeah, we still sell it.
We
don't
sell hemp.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hemp seed
Hemp seed.
is something that we offer. If you go to our website or catalog, look under hemp seed or under feed, and we sell the individual seed. It does have benefits. Off the top of are you going to look it up? I can't remember what the exact benefits are, but in answer to your question, Jose, absolutely no problem at all. But you hold on just a second, and Gina's going to see what it says in the catalog.
It's a rich source of omega-3 and 6.
Okay. Omega-3 is good
good.
during breeding season, if I remember right.
It's good for their feathers and skin.
So it's also great for feather conditioning. Thank you, Jose. My voice is sort of like
It is.
raspy today.
Yeah, it is. Not sure why. Is it maybe the chocolate you just ate?
No, I've had it all day.
Oh. So Jerry went and got him a snack before we started. He got a candy bar and a Pepsi.
And a beer.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
But I didn't drink it all.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the waitress stopped me on the way out. She says, Jerry, you didn't drink all your beer. I said, well, I got other important things to do right now.
So the Pepsi, as some of you may know, Pepsi is my favorite. I haven't drank it since I had COVID. I've tried it a couple times, but it still don't taste right. And I just told him I wanted to taste it, and I still can't taste it. It tastes gross to me now. But he was eating the candy bar, and he said he still can't taste the candy bar from when he had
When I
COVID.
had the virus. I still believe you gave me the virus.
You got it 6 months after I had it,
Well, it was latent. You know what that means? It's sort of laying in the background there.
I guess.
Ha!
I
Okay.
beg
Whoops,
to
I'm sorry.
differ.
Did I kick you?
It's okay.
Okay.
So anyways, next question. I need a medicine for pigeon cancer,
Yeah, I think
canker.
he means canker.
How much would be the shipping, and can I order it right now? You can definitely order it right now. You can either call or you can place the order online. If you place it right now, it should ship today.
If it goes by UPS. It goes by mail, they probably already picked up.
Possibly. So if you're going to call and order it, ask them if mail already picked up. If not, it can be shipped by UPS today.
724-843-6889. And they'll do their very best to get it right out to you.
Yes.
Don't order
Metronidazole?
metronidazole if you're breeding, because we have a number of very good canker products.
Did he ask for a product, or did he just said he needed one? I forget.
He said
didn't
no,
ask.
he didn't order. He didn't
Okay.
ask about a specific.
Okay.
If you pay attention, you know that.
I have a headache, so I'm trying to recall the question.
Well-
She already took it down.
I have a pain in the
Arse?
arse.
Arse. Okay, next question. I've heard that minerals are more important than vitamins to pigeons. Surely not knocking vitamins, but your thoughts.
I believe that's incorrect. In most cases, pigeons get the majority of the minerals, if not all of the minerals, they consume in the process of consuming. That means eat. Don't mind me. Maybe it was a half a
It's that
bottle.
half a beer.
Yeah, from their grit. Vitamins are much more important long term than minerals. But I'm not, here again, like you said, you're not knocking vitamins. I'm not knocking minerals, but I think they're both important. Vitamins before the minerals.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. They're both important. So you should have both. I was going to say they're both important.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
should have both.
But in the general scheme of things, when you have pigeons, you almost always give them grit.
Right.
A lot of people do not give them vitamins.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I don't know what has got into me. It's just
The half a beer.
one half a beer wouldn't do that to me.
Kim and I went to lunch today, and she's like, Gina, you want to have a drink? And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. We have a show today.
She wanted to get you a shot in the beer, didn't she?
Because, yeah. So, hi, Wayne. Welcome back.
Is that our friend from
Wayne?
Baltimore?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so we're gonna start with Dr. Pigeon's Ultimate Vitamin. Ultimate Elixir.
Start at the top, right? Best.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we don't
of-
say what's
Oh, that's
best.
right. We don't use
We
that
don't
word.
say best.
Okay.
It's a very good product. Ultimate Elixir comes in 2 sizes, 32 ounce and a gallon.
It's amazing how many gallons
We
we
sell.
sell, which tells you people like it, has no expiration date, and they've used it for years, because buying by the gallon is a lot. If we had a 2-hour show, I probably could read the ingredients to you. But I'm going to go down one side real
That's
quick.
minerals.
Yeah, but vitamins are right here.
So when we was talking about minerals, there's are minerals in a lot of the vitamins.
God.
Minerals.
You probably can
Lots.
see it. There's 2 columns of minerals. Then there's a column of amino acids, and then there's a column for vitamins.
Yes.
And it has vitamin A, B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, has vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. I think that's pretty much the spectrum of vitamins. Also has biotin. How did you, choline?
I'm not sure. Choline.
Choline, folic acid, and another one I can't pronounce. So if you're looking for you want to read it?
No, go ahead.
In answer to questions about vitamins, this one, I don't know of any other product, including ours, that has as many vitamins, minerals, and supplements, minerals, and amino acids. So if you're looking for a good product, it's an excellent one. Another one that we sell, and I'll tell you what, Dr. Pigeon formulated this, but Pigeon Builder had been on the market probably 5 times longer than this. And it's probably one of the oldest voice-made products because before we bought it, we've had it voice 21 years now. Before us, Claire Hetland had it for 28 years. So that means this product, Pigeon Builder, has been on the market for 49 years. Tells you something. It has to be doing what the people expect it to do. And we also sell it in a smaller container, 3 pound. And we sell a 25-pounder. Now you can imagine buying 25 pounds. It's a big container, big bag. But people buy it because they love it and it does the job.
And since we're talking about the 25-pound bag, show season is coming up. So if you want to order it during show season, and we'll bring it to the show, and you won't have to pay shipping on it.
When's our first show?
Louisville,
Okay.
October, first
And
weekend in
Louisville
October.
has been confirmed. It will go on.
And the date has changed this year. It's usually the end of the month. Now it's the beginning of the month. And all the shows that we go to are on our website, right? Yeah, all the shows that we attend are posted on our website.
Got a question about vitamins? That's what the show is all about. So we got a nice influx of calls at the beginning. So if you have questions, send them in to us. We'll be glad to talk to you. Okay. As most of you know, the birthplace of racing pigeons is Belgium. So when you buy a product made specifically for pigeons, specifically racing pigeons, not that this is only racing pigeons, you know if it comes from Belgium and it's for a company as old as a company called Natural, although that doesn't mean it's all natural, but the name of the company, you know you've got a product, been time tested, used by some of the most well-known and most successful racing pigeon people in the world. And the product is called Nutravet, depending on how you want to.
Natravit.
Natravit. All right. It's got multiple vitamins, got a lot of them. It's got, well, let me give you a little bit of an idea. I think it's on here, so there it is. I don't want to go through all of them, but go ahead. I'm going to say something.
This one also comes in 2 sizes. It comes in this size, 500 milliliter, and then a smaller size as well.
And the The language on the back is multiple languages, not just English, French and Spanish and Chinese. So I know for a fact that the fastest growing pigeon country in the world is China. And Natural Company has their own store, standalone store to sell just their products. So vitamin A, vitamin D3, which is important, vitamin E, vitamin K. It's got all of the vitamins you need, plus other things. And so if you're looking for a good vitamin, time tested, when I say time, we're probably talking close to a century, been in the market and still available.
We were talking before the show and about some of the vitamins and what they're good for. And if your pigeons don't get a lot of sun, what's a good vitamin?
D.
Vitamin D.
I talked to a fellow this week, he might be watching the show, and in the long conversations, I found out that he had no windows in his loft. And I says, cut a hole. You've got to have sunlight. Pigeons cannot survive and live a good life, healthy-wise, without the sun. Vitamin D is a good, certainly a replacement, but not a full replacement unless you absolutely have to. I know there are people who keep pigeons in their basement, or keep pigeons in their garage, or keep pigeons in the attic. I know that's done because I did it. I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to supplement for sure with vitamin D. So vitamin D, sunlight, both of them, very, very important.
Mm-hmm. Another product is from the Hilton Herb line, which I believe all their products are all natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that one is called Vitamin Plus.
And it also has minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Hilton Herbs is, I think we deal with two companies in that make 100% natural product. They make nothing else but all natural products. The other one is the one in Norway.
Oh, Pigeon Vitality.
Yeah, all of their products are natural
Yep.
too. And with all the restrictions on antibiotics, if you've been to Tractor Supply or any of the feed stores, you'll find you can't buy antibiotics anymore. The government stopped that, saying that they can't sell antibiotics. They have to go through a veterinarian. Well, we're not the only ones, but some of us are still able to sell vitamins to sell antibiotics, but the day is coming where we won't be able to either. So the whole idea of natural products, companies would not be investing the money it takes to develop all natural products if they didn't see their future much brighter than it might have been, because the day is coming where it's going to be very difficult to get an antibiotic without a veterinarian's prescription. Good product, all natural. No sense in going through the complete list of vitamins, but go ahead.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah,
Lists some on the
but
front.
some of the things it does contain, other than just plain vitamins, are the natural products such as rosehip, seaweed, dandelion, milk thistle, brewer's yeast, clover, marigold, garlic, buckwheat, and apple cider vinegar. So if you're looking for a good product to keep your birds healthy and want to go natural, this is the way to do it. Also has a list of vitamins, but I don't have that.
That's on the front.
No sense in giving you all the vitamins. They're here. And it also has amino acids.
Yep.
If you want to send in a question, we sure would like to help you, because the show is wrapped around questions from the audience. I personally think if we have to do all the talking, it gets to be a little bit on the boring side, in my opinion. So also I wanted to mention, as I always do, I allow you to call my home. I get a lot of people who are genuinely shocked that we as a company take the time to take personal calls and with no requirement to order anything. If you have an issue, and I'll tell you what, the girls can answer, most of the girls except for Veronica, most of the girls here can answer almost any question. And we both learn every day. Gina gave me a to-do list the other day and I've been working on it. And we're working on a new catalog, so we wanted to put in a whole new series of
Tips.
tips. What was the other one? And
Did you
we
know?
also have one section, or not one section, there'll be a lot of them called Did You Know? Which answer questions that you might have. So in working on it, I've learned a heck of a lot. You've already heard me mention 2 or 3 times something that I was not aware of. I wish I did know it before, but I didn't. You should not give canker medicine called metronidazole. It's perfectly safe, but the manufacturers suggest you do not use it during breeding season. Use it any other time, but they are of the opinion that metronidazole should not be given to the young. And of course, the birds get the food from their parents and they pass on metronidazole. So that's just one of the little tips. But we do an awful lot of research, and in doing the research, I really truly learned. Maybe I forgot. I don't
Or
know.
relearn.
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 Thank you. What does that mean?
You forgot it.
I always have to mention my age. Oh,
I
by the
mean,
way,
no, not just you, me too.
I turned 80 since we last talked.
No, you didn't.
A month ago. March.
No.
Oh, that's right, 2 months ago. Time flies when you're 80. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't read questions. That's your job.
I know. Hi, Michael. Vitamin for breeding pairs.
He's asking which would I suggest. If I had to suggest, I'll give you 2. None are necessarily better, but a lot of them are high in one vitamin, low in another vitamin for specific purposes. I'm going to mention the Dr. Pigeon's product. Nothing in it that will harm. Lots of things that'll do a lot of good, including feathering of the young ones, and it's good through the molt, but specifically breeding season. So give it a lot of thought to the elixir by Dr. Pigeon, Ultimate Elixir, the second one. Here again, I'm not knocking anybody. Would you talk about that?
Pigeon builder.
Yeah.
You already talked about it. Pigeon builder.
Well, but not in response to his particular question. Maybe he watched the program, just started right now.
What do you want me to talk about it?
Well, Pigeon Builder's been on the market for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And we still sell, we literally, and it's hard to believe, we buy it by the ton. And that's a lot of powder. But we have it blended for us specifically. And the Ultimate Elixir, Pigeon Builder has anything and everything you might want, great during breeding season. That being said, there's another product that is similar to this, actually contains some of this, and it's called Ultra Pro. I was going to mention, Pigeon Builder, that we sell it in up to 25 pounds, so that tells you people really love it. Ultra Pro contains Pigeon Builder, but if you've watched the show on a regular basis, you know we talk about the importance of probiotics. So about 2 or 3 years ago, we formulated a product called Ultra Pro. We sell Ultimate Vitamins, which is probably the most well, it'll come to me. Anyway, Ultra Pro contains the vitamins and it contains probiotics, which are very, very important during breeding season to help keep a bird intestines healthy. So my answer is one of the two, either Pigeon Builder, Ultra Pro, I can't count.
I was going to say
You
that's
noticed
three.
that, huh? Ultimate Elixir. Hope I answered your question, but thank you for sending in the questions. We need those because when you ask a question, there might be 1,000 or 5,000 people out there watching this show who, for some reason, maybe, I don't know why, a little nervous about contacting us. So by you asking that question, thousands of other people have got an answer too.
Okay. Phil has a question. He said, back to Dr. Pigeon. I use and love their perch oil for feather lice. Meanwhile, they seem to come back after a time. Do they somehow travel or just something that needs regular attention?
Regular attention. It's almost impossible to keep lice and mites off of birds unless it's like an ongoing battle. So giving them baths with bath salts on a regular basis, cleaning your loft on a regular basis, and when you clean your loft, you're spraying the perches and the floor if at all possible, and then disinfecting. So it's an ongoing problem. I wish there was something that worked once and then maybe once a year kind of thing. But no, it's a battle always. But it's a battle easily won as long as you stay on it and keep doing it on a regular basis. I have white pigeons, and it's rare to find a bug on them, but it's an ongoing process.
Hi, Vicki.
Hi, Vicki. Thanks once again. Gina and I both went through COVID, and Vicki was one of those people that really warmed our heart, and because she was really concerned and contacted us.
She says, my birds hardly want to fly. I have 10 on the floor in the gravel sitting on wooden eggs. Should I force them out?
Well, I guess, assuming, Vicki, you mean just your breeders, not the young birds that you're raising. I think what I would do is force them out. I'm not talking about taking them outside and throwing them up into the air, but gently open up your trap and remove the aviary and push them out. Some of them will go out automatically and close the trap. They may have just lost the urge to fly because they haven't done it in a while. So you've got to get them out on a regular basis. And when you do that, make sure they're hungry. But you've got to go out, and if you have to, bang a pan, clap your hands, startle them into going out and fly. Don't let them back in the trap. Lock the trap.
Michael says, I hope I look that good at 80.
Wait a minute.
Me too, Michael.
See, I look better already. Thanks, Michael.
Me too. So another product that has a bunch of vitamins that some people may not know is brewer's yeast.
Mm-hmm.
And we do sell two different, no, we sell a couple different brewer's yeast.
We saw
Three.
one from Natural.
We sell natural, Dr. Pigeon,
and Foy's.
a Foy's. Is that all?
Well, I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah. So brewer's yeast, if you're getting that also has vitamins in it. Anything you want to talk about that?
Not a lot of them. And if I remember right, isn't vitamin D in this one?
No.
Oh, it's folic acid. That's what I was thinking about.
Diamond,
Yeah, riboflavin.
H,
Sounds
Yeah.
it's almost like
B1, B2, B7.
and
Not B7.
what's the protein of brewer's yeast?
I don't know.
Because we talk about protein being important,
I don't
especially
know.
in performance birds.
Why'd
It's
you if,
amazing. Got to be careful.
if you didn't cover it up, I would have known.
Well, I did that to show people how much I know and you don't.
Because you just read it.
I read the label. 45% protein.
Oh,
Your average feed is 12 to 14.
right.
So if you're buying a 12%, which is generally a lot of the pigeon feeds have is 12%. If you want to increase their protein, it's best to get it up around 14 to 18. Add a little bit of brewer's yeast to your drinking water. Or if I remember right, brewer's yeast does not dissolve easily. it's better sprinkled over a feed, a grain with maybe a little light
Oil.
oil. We sell 2 or 3 versions of it. The oil is strictly to make sure that the brewer's yeast doesn't go to the bottom of the grain. It adheres to the single grains.
Good job.
Is the show over again?
No.
I'm getting sober.
So earlier we was talking about Jerry getting a snack before the show, and can you see this, Veronica? He's drinking out of one of the Foy's mugs. This is the mug. The face of the mug matches the catalog that we have right now. And usually every time we get a new catalog, we have a new mug to go with it. So this is the mug. As you see this, I don't know if you can see, but this one is personalized. So you can get it without the personalization, or you can get it with something personalized on it.
The loft or your name.
Yeah, thank
Be a
you.
great Mother's Day gift.
Right. Or Father's Day,
What are you looking at me for, Veronica?
or birthday, any holiday. So if you didn't know, we do have the mugs with or without your names on it. And we all signed it too.
Yeah, and in the near future, when I say near, I'm assuming by the time the catalog comes out, we'll be entering the world of hats and T-shirts and things like that. That's on the
Hats
horizon.
for sure.
Yeah,
Hats for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And possibly T-shirts, right? So yeah. Yeah, it'll be a Foy's hat. That should be very soon.
This talk about, well, no, we're talking about vitamins, but garlic. I was reading a lot about garlic in the process of writing for the book and articles. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. It's been proven for years and years that it's effective on pigeons. But one of the things in the research I didn't realize is you can overdo garlic. And if you overdo it, and I can't tell you where at the amount, but use it judiciously, use it carefully.
I'm using big words.
I know. Yeah. But anyways, I can't tell you how much overdoses them, but certainly not something you want to give every day. Once a week, twice a week, I don't think I'd want to do any more. Being a natural antibiotic, it has the same warnings. The thing I've talked about for years is not to overuse medications. Well, don't overuse garlic. Use it judiciously. There, I got that word out that time. So it came across, and I thought I'd mention that to you, especially when you're breeding. Not saying don't use it when you're breeding, but don't overdo it because you're giving your babies antibiotics.
And believe it or not, some people do over medicate.
Oh.
Some people use medication and you don't need to use it. Like somebody will call and say, what medication can you recommend? And us, what's going on with their birds. And they'll say, oh, I just want to give it to them.
Or I want to be sure.
Right. So if your pigeons are healthy and nothing's changed with them, you don't want to give them nothing. I mean, do everything that you're doing now.
No.
Same goes for us. If I'm sick, I'm not going to go to the doctor and say, give me some medicine because I just feel like I need some.
The example I use is today you feel well.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Why don't you take some antibiotics so you don't get sick next month?
Right.
It doesn't work because you're probably taking the wrong antibiotic because you don't know, and a good chance you're not going to be sick next month. So the only time I tell people is use anything in the water on a regular basis are not bacterial infections. It's canker, coccidiosis, and worms. Those are not true diseases. Those are what they call protozoa or bugs. So to use 3-in-1, something like that, not 4-in-1, 3-in-1, because 4-in-1 has antibiotics. It has its purpose. But 3-in-1 is directed at those 3 most common diseases of all pigeons. So if you've got to do something, maybe 3-in-1 twice a year. But you just don't know if your birds are going to get sick. You have no idea. So if you're putting in something for respiratory and they don't have a respiratory issue, you basically flush it down your money down the toilet.
Right.
And we sell all of that stuff. I'm not saying it's not a good idea to have it in your
Right.
medicine chest, but to use it willy-nilly,
Needed.
that's it, right in there, willy-nilly.
Yeah. And then if you use the antibiotic all the time, they're gonna
Mhm.
become immune to it.
Yeah, they're going to develop a resistance, and when you do need it, it isn't going to work. And a lot of people don't realize especially when you're giving antibiotics and you have babies, the babies are getting it, and it may do harm. But on the other hand, it could cause, believe it or not, future fertility problems in those babies because you've overdosed the baby, and now when you need it, the birds develop the resistance to that particular drug. We sell them and we tell people, don't overuse them. A lot of companies that sell different products want you to buy. We don't think you should buy. Now, what goes in the medicine cabinet, that's something we've talked about before. In fact, we're working on, I sent it, didn't you?
No.
No, we're working on, that's on my to-do list, on a first aid kit. And in the first aid kit will be the products that we think you should have in your medicine cabinet, so to speak. I literally always had a medicine cabinet in my loft. If you drive by, or if you know a plumber, ask him next time he remodels the bathroom to save you the old medicine cabinet. What the heck? That's where mine came from. I remodeled my bathroom. I put the old medicine cabinet in there. It keeps everything a lot cleaner, and if you need it, it's there. So what should go in a medicine cabinet? Can we talk a little bit about that, or
Sure.
do you want to keep on talking?
Go ahead.
We have to talk about that letter. And
You keep interrupting me, but keep going. You're good. I'll be quiet while you interrupt.
I've heard that one before. Anyways, medicine cabinet, vitamins and supplements. It could be any combination of these. Always should have those available. Wouldn't hurt to have, if you don't buy a supplement or a vitamin without minerals, it's good. We sell individual products specifically that contain vitamins and minerals. You should have bath salt, should be in every medicine cabinet. You may, one of the things that just popped in my mind because in doing this research, when your birds are breeding and they have eggs and young ones, give them a bath every week because, or you can do it twice a week. The moisture that collects on the bottom of the breeders when they go into the nest box and lay on the eggs will moisten the eggs and have less of a tendency to dry out and easier for the baby to pip through when it's born. So giving baths is important during breeding season. Went off on a tangent, didn't I? But it's just amazing you're doing all this research, remembering the stuff that I used. Did I skip something? I was going to talk about something.
You was talking about what goes in medicine cabinet.
Oh.
Vitamins, minerals,
Bath salts, amoxicillin powder. Amoxicillin powder or tablets is a broad spectrum antibiotic. It treats almost anything if used properly. Sometimes you need more than the directions might say 1 teaspoon. But if you're going through a sickness and you call me, I might tell you 2 teaspoons to a gallon for 10 days. Then I will reduce it to 1 teaspoon to a gallon for another 10 days. It shows how safe it is. You're not going to overdose them, but it treats a lot of different things. And the reason I tell people sometimes 10 or 20 days is some of those respiratory issues are very, very difficult to get rid of because it does treat, amongst other things, respiratory. So it's a must in any other or in any medicine cabinet. Another thing I would suggest you have is something called Tony's Treasure tablets. The Tony's Treasure tablets, if you read our on our site or in the catalog, treat a lot of different things, including canker, so and respiratory. So that's the third one. So you write that down and we'll take the
I've
question.
got it.
Okay.
Josh asks, what supplements do you give your young birds during the racing season?
Just wrote that this morning. Josh, I'm going to give you my home phone number, if it's okay with you. In general, almost all vitamins that we have are good during breeding season, including the ones we've talked about today. But let me look it up. So you call me. I'm going to give you my home phone number. I'm kind of stalling, so you might find a pen and paper. Pencil would be all right too, wouldn't it? Okay. Pen, pencil, paper. And I'll do a little bit of research and find out for you. My home phone number, I answer questions between 9 and 5 during the regular business hours, but it's my home. 724-359-5355. Thanks, Josh. I'm going to tell you a little story. Got a call, as all of you know, we sell a lot of pigeons, white pigeons for the dove release business, and we sell colored pigeons for people who like the pretty pigeons. Although they're good racers, they like the pretty colors, whites, blacks, things like that. And we sell race quality birds. I got a call this morning from a gentleman from Michigan, and he wanted to buy a hen. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, we don't sell hens. We will sell you a cock bird because Mother Nature produces more cocks and hens, more males than females, and almost everything. So we're not willing. So what he decided to do was take his chance. He ordered one bird, a young bird that is just out of the nest. He's got a 60-40 chance that it'll be a hen, which is what he's looking for. But here's the interesting thing. He's 6.5 hours away. He wants one bird. He's coming tomorrow morning to get it. He's driving 6.5 hours for
Wow.
one bird. Told him I've got a couple that he can look at. He's going to turn around and drive. I said, aren't you going to stay overnight? Turn around, go right back. So
Wow.
that's very unusual. But the reason he's doing it wasn't birds I sent him. He's a company that we deal with, and from the gentleman that we used to buy birds from. Well, anyway, he shipped them the birds, and one got there dead, and the company refused to replace it or refund his money. So he called me, and he's coming tomorrow. He's desperate for one pigeon. I know Jim Collins. Sure, he's a customer.
I was gonna say something. I forget.
You know me,
No, you told
No.
your story and I forgot.
medicine cabinet. I don't know. We have to go back to that.
I don't know. Okay.
She's
Hi,
not a
Jim.
professional like I am.
Jim says, I use antibiotics as soon as the birds return from a race and Ultra Pro for 3 days. All birds that you ship with are not always healthy.
We're back? Okay, you tell them.
Delayed.
Sorry, we lost our, I don't know, we lost something for a minute, it was gone, but we're back. There
I
we
was
are.
talking to Jim about
Oh,
the
yeah.
antibiotics, and I was explaining to the audience that when you raise pigeons, there's nothing you can do to prevent them potentially being in contact with other birds that are sick. When you ship the birds, you take them to the club, and there's a big aluminum basket in most cases, which might hold 75 to 100 birds. So your single bird is in with those 75 to 100 other birds. And even though those 75, 100 birds may be perfectly healthy, and you've heard me say this before, just because a bird looks perfectly healthy doesn't mean it is at that particular moment. Or a lot of times, your bird is not resistant to some of the diseases other birds may have. Don't want to make it terribly complicated. So it's one of those things, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because you know for a fact your racing pigeons have been mixed in with other birds. So if I were going to give any antibiotic, Jim, you can't do it one day. It's a complete waste of money. You have to do, even 3 is not a lot, but give it to them for 3 days. The first day, of course, number one, they're going to develop resistance if you're using the same antibiotic all the time. And number 2, there is a number 2, right?
Mhm.
I forget what it was.
Imagine
Develop
that.
a resistance. And if you're flying old birds, which most people are right now, the birds are in most cases, especially if you're flying what they call widowhood system, they're feeding young ones. And you're feeding the babies in the nest. Or before they lay the egg, the female is going to be passing that stuff on. So it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I think if you're going to do it, they come home usually on a Saturday or a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something that, what did I do?
Nothing, go ahead.
Did I do it wrong?
No, you're right, go ahead.
It's so hard, so hard. Today is coming where I'll just have to do the show myself. I can just see that coming. So anyways, 3 days would make sense. And then 3 straight days of probiotics. But what you might want to do is go with Ultra Pro, which is a probiotic and a vitamin at the same time. Because a lot of people have a ritual that they go through. If they're shipping on a Saturday, they know what they want to do the night before the race. So if you do it 3 days, still gives you time to go through the whole program that you have to get ready to ship your birds the following week.
That was long.
Thorough. I like to think of it as thorough.
Yeah, that word.
Thanks, Jim. While we've got a little bit of time,
Do you want to go back to the
we're drinking my Pepsi.
medicine
Oh, the medicine cabinet.
Yeah,
I ended off with amoxicillin, right?
Tony's Treasure,
Okay. So we started out with
vitamins, minerals, bath salts, amoxicillin, Tony's Treasure.
okay. And
Okay.
Tony's Treasure. One of the things you should, would you look in the catalog? Because I'm trying to remember. Is vaccinate. You should vaccinate up to at least 6 weeks, if possible, for paratyphoid and PMV, paramoxyvirus. The one container does 100 shots. So if a container will do 100 shots, and you know you've got to do them the first time, not every time. The first time the bird is ever vaccinated requires 2 shots. Then after that, one is 6 months and one is 1 year, which is which?
Correct.
Didn't tell you that?
PMV is annually.
Okay. PMV, paramoxyvirus, is once a year, and paratyphoid is once every 6 months. So if a bird's never been vaccinated, including your young ones, and you can vaccinate them right out of the nest, it's 2 shots, 14 days apart, approximately. Then after that, you have to give them a shot every 6 months. If you don't give them that second shot, once again, don't do it at all. The second shot is more important than the first shot, but the second shot can't be given unless you do the first shot. So I think it's very, very important that you vaccinate. Question that I get a lot of times on vaccination is, I've only got 20 birds and I have to buy a container that contains enough for 50 shots. I'm sorry, 100 shots. So can you put it in the refrigerator? And Gina can tell you how to do it.
Put the vaccine in the refrigerator? It
Oh.
has to be in the
But
refrigerator.
what if you vaccinate and you got a whole lot left over?
Put it back in the refrigerator.
And what should you be cautious about?
Never put a dirty needle in a bottle.
She knows. When you vaccinate and you open up the container, there's a rubber on top of it, and you stick the needle through it. That should always be a clean needle, if not a brand new needle. So let's say you have a 3 cc
Syringe.
syringe, or 3 cc's, giving it at the rate of a half a cc, a 3 cc,
Quarter cc.
I'm sorry, quarter will do 12 shots. So what you do is you fill your syringe in up and you've got enough for 12 shots. Now you do 12 birds, and then you take the needle off the syringe, throw it away, or disinfect it if you want, but take the needle off, they're cheap, put a brand new needle in, you've got another 12 shots. And if I'm not mistaken, the needle with the syringe we send is 3 cc, is it
Correct.
not? So, and then after you're done, using clean needles all the time when you can. Now you can go from bird to bird with the same syringe because it's full. It's not going back into the needle, into the bottle. But after you're done and done everything correctly, you can put that back into the refrigerator and reuse it. But if a needle's been in a bird and you stick it in the bottle, when you're done, throw the bottle away. It's been contaminated.
Good job.
Can I talk about the, no, I won't, because I don't know when we're gonna have the auctions, if we're
Yeah,
gonna have
no.
the auctions.
What else for in the medicine cabinet?
Oh,
You didn't talk about probiotics.
well, I did mention Ultra Pro, did I not?
You said vitamin.
Okay, Ultra Pro. If you wanna give them
Probiotic.
vitamins, if you use Ultra Pro, you're using both the, you're giving them the vitamins and you're giving them the probiotic. But if you buy it by the large container, you're gonna need an oversized medicine cabinet. It's kind of big to get in the medicine cabinet.
That's pigeon builder.
Well, I'm just talking about the Ultra, isn't the Ultra Pro in a big?
No,
Okay, this one.
that's the
But that'll
biggest.
stick out, wasn't it? I'm just being stupid. But you need a medicine cabinet. I'm trying to
Anything-
think. Of course, the vaccines, you need them and that should help them, but they go into the refrigerator. But if you have a really big loft with a lot of room, really people have offices in them. And the office is separated with glass so they can see their birds. If you're in a situation where you can put a small refrigerator in, there's nothing wrong with you can buy a refrigerator, a small one, for $179. You can put all of your vitamins and minerals and pills in the refrigerator as long as you keep the container closed because it needs a dark, cool surface. Nothing wrong with that. And you put your vaccines in there too. Maybe we should start selling refrigerators.
Or not.
No, they're
No.
hard to ship.
Nor medicine cabinets.
Yeah, okay. Once again, if you we're biding our time. We've got 4 more minutes. The show went very, very quickly. We got time to squeeze you in. We're working on a new catalog. No sense in
Sweetheart.
no sense in ordering a new catalog now. We don't keep a list. When the new catalog comes out as a customer, you'll get one automatically in the order. We do that
In
for a
order.
period of time. So, because I noticed, and I'm sure you do, we automatically start getting a lot of requests for a new catalog when the catalog is being worked on. And they're ordering in advance, but we're sending them the current catalog. We do not have a new catalog. So there's no sense in ordering a catalog. If you already have the 2020-21 catalog, you've got the most current catalog. One of the things that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Gina sent me a to-do list. You're laughing because I keep talking, right? You can't get a word.
The to-do list.
My to-do list,
I
yeah.
did.
Well, she asked me for the new catalog. As you know, if you have our catalog, we add all kinds of little tidbits in there. So I had to come up this year with all of the new tips. Are you going to leave the old tips in too?
No,
What about somebody
we
gets a
don't
brand
have
new?
room for them. They can get an old catalog. Most of them have old one. They don't, they can call and get
So
one.
create a new page.
Then we'd have to do 4 pages.
Well,
Anyways,
don't you think you should wait until you know, and you might need 2 pages?
I know.
I don't attend those meetings, do I? And I know
No.
why. Because you don't want me here. I have so many good ideas.
So we do have a lot of new tips in the new catalog coming.
Yeah, and a new something called Did You Know? So it's tips, and like I said, in the research, I've come up with all new thoughts that I maybe forgot, or new ideas that I never even thought of. So the new catalog will have all of those. And Did You Know section. Maybe we should do a Did You Know on our future show. Did you know? No?
We'll think about it. Yeah.
It's always will think about it. You're all
I'm
afraid to
writing it down.
commit. No, at least you're writing it down. You're afraid to commit to anything without saying you
But
gotta
you
think
have,
about
I
it.
have to remember, and you have to remember, and our memories not right now are,
Well,
not
because of
always
the
good.
COVID virus.
Yeah.
That's, I can blame it all on that.
I'm still foggy,
So,
yeah.
Well, I leave water running all night. I have a heater in my basement where my office is. I sometimes let that run all night, leave door open. I'm great for, because I love to bake. And Vicky comes home from bingo and the oven is still on and I'm sound asleep.
Or you forget to put flour in your cookies or something.
One
Been
time
known to do
I
that.
thought I was putting flour in and it was powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Kind of sweet cookies. But I love to bake.
So are we done with the medicine
I
cabinet?
still think, no. We got to the vaccines.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, you need a scraper, but that doesn't, because you need, I'm trying to think of
Well, we can think.
vitamins, supplements, medications, 3-in-1 amoxicillin, you've got to have it. If you want to do something, it wouldn't hurt, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It wouldn't hurt to have
no.
something for respiratory.
I was going to say that.
Because
Respiratory.
so common.
Mhm.
The problem with something for respiratory, you can get something that is broad spectrum or treats a lot of things like Tylenol, but respiratory is not a disease. It's a family of diseases.
Mhm.
So you can get the most popular one, Tylenol would be a good one. Tylenol and amoxicillin together, so that wouldn't be a bad idea. Other than that, I use my medicine cabinet to keep my snap-on bands, the lock ring band. What are they called? Lock ring?
Easy lock.
Easy lock. I
Mhm.
keep them in there. I put my bands, my birth bands, into a small jar and put them in there. So there's a lot of little things that you can have in there. But you'll find reasons to put other things in there.
It's a little after 4, so
I'm not worried about
I
it.
know. I'm just
We
saying.
you're just saying you got a lot of stuff to do.
I do.
You want me to just stay here and keep talking?
No.
No.
As you guys noticed, we didn't do a show 2 weeks ago. We did, for the time being, decide to do 1 show a month. So they will be, Veronica's not happy about that. But for the time being, we're going to do one show a month. It will be the first Friday of every month. As always, if you have any subjects you would like us to discuss for the show, call myself or Jerry.
Or suggestions of the way we can do things better.
Any
We
suggestions?
keep striving, because you folks can see, we change things here and there, and a lot of times it's based on suggestions from you, that maybe this week we can do this better, or that kind of thing.
Mommy's watching. Hi, Mommy.
How do you know she's watching?
Because I can see.
Oh,
Oh, and hi, Gerard. I was told Gerard is watching.
hi,
Also.
Joe, Mary, Phil, Edward,
Everybody.
Michael. Well, you know, I don't, we'll see how this once a month works. And it's open. We could go back to twice a month, or we could go back to
Yeah.
once every 6 months.
Once every 6 months.
Took a
I
lot.
was like, yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you the first Friday in June.